On May 8, 2026, a finance writer published an article that's been making the rounds online. The title, The Silent Wealth Killer: Why High Earners Stay Broke. The article opens with this: there's a financial illusion that quietly traps millions of ambitious professionals. They believe earning more automatically means becoming wealthy. It does not. The piece goes on to describe doctors carrying six figures of debt, tech employees making $250,000 a year and living paycheck to paycheck, entrepreneurs generating millions in revenue with almost no retained capital. The article calls it confusing income with wealth. I want to take this idea a step further, because what nobody's saying is that the very things that make these professionals successful, high intelligence, deep specialization, years of expert training, are often the same things that quietly sabotage their wealth building. Today I'm calling this the expert trap. The 7 specific reasons high IQ professionals systematically fail at building wealth, and what to actually do about it. Welcome to Earnings Per Page, where I distill the world's best finance and business books into under 10 minutes. Hit subscribe, let's get into it. Trap 1. They confuse income with wealth. This is the article's core insight, and it deserves the top spot. Income is what hits your bank account each month. Wealth is what you keep, grow, and own. A person earning $70,000 with disciplined investing habits and low liabilities will often end up wealthier than a person earning $300,000 financing an unsustainable lifestyle. High earners systematically fall for this trap because their identity is tied to their salary. Wealthy people measure net worth. Broke high earners measure paycheck. Trap 2. Their expertise blinds them outside their lane. This is the core of the expert trap. A neurosurgeon who's been right about brain surgery for 20 years assumes she's right about investing too. A senior lawyer who can win complex litigation assumes he can pick stocks. They can't. Expertise in one domain doesn't transfer. In fact, it actively misleads because they're so used to being smart. They don't realize they don't know what they don't know about money. Studies of physician investors consistently show they underperform basic index funds, often dramatically. Intelligence is not financial skill. The two are barely correlated. Trap 3. Delayed gratification with no end date. High IQ professionals are extreme delayers of gratification. They spent their 20s in school. They spent their 30s in residency or making partner. Then they hit their late 30s and 40s and suddenly want to make up for lost time. The Tesla, the vacation home, the boat, the private school, they tell themselves they earned it. They did. But the lifestyle inflation that follows often consumes the very income they finally started earning. They went from delayed gratification to overcorrected gratification. The trap is sudden, not gradual. Trap 4. Lifestyle inflation locks them in. As one money expert put it, the minute the money coming in equals the money going out, the hotshot lawyer is no better than a high school kid flipping burgers. The high earner trap is that lifestyle expenses are sticky. Once you upgrade your house, your car, your kids' school, you can't easily downgrade. Each upgrade locks in a higher flow of required income. Suddenly, the $400,000 attorney can't afford to leave the firm, take a sabbatical, or start a business. The income that was supposed to give freedom became a cage. Trap 5. The hedonic treadmill never stops. This is the psychological version of Trap 4. Every upgrade gives a brief hit of pleasure. Then it becomes the new baseline. Then it becomes invisible. Then the brain demands the next upgrade. High IQ professionals are particularly vulnerable because their peers are also upgrading. The doctor compares herself to her doctor friends. The partner compares himself to his partner friends. Nobody compares to the broader population. Everyone in the reference group is on the same treadmill, so nobody notices they're running in place. Trap 6. They never define enough. This is the one almost nobody talks about. High earners almost never sit down and ask the question, what is enough? They assume the answer is always more. More income, more house, more school, more vacation. But Morgan Housel writes, the hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. High IQ professionals are particularly bad at this. Their entire career was built on goalposts that kept moving: get into med school, then residency, then attending, then partner, then full partner. The habit of always reaching for the next milestone becomes its own prison. Trap 7. Their tax situation is a hidden killer. Here's something I learned from recent research. doctors and lawyers in high-tax states like California, New York, and New Jersey can face combined marginal tax rates of over 50%, some up to 54% in California. That means for every additional $100,000 they earn, $54,000 goes to taxes. Yet most high earners don't aggressively use tax advantage strategies. They're too busy at work to learn them. They miss municipal bonds, defined benefit plans, real estate depreciation, business structuring, all legitimate strategies that wealthy people use to keep more of what they earn. The tax efficiency gap alone can mean millions in lost net worth across a 30-year career. Now, what to actually do about it? If you're in or near this trap, here's the realistic path out. First, calculate your actual net worth, not your income, not your salary. Net worth, assets minus liabilities. Most high earners are shocked when they actually do the math. Second, define enough. Pick a specific number for income, for net worth, for retirement. Without that target, every dollar earned just feeds the treadmill. Third, hire someone smarter than you in this domain. The same way you wouldn't operate on your own brain, you shouldn't manage your own wealth at this complexity. Fee-only fiduciary advisors are worth their cost when income passes about $250,000. Fourth, get aggressive on tax efficiency. This is the lowest hanging fruit for high earners and the one most ignored. Final verdict. The expert trap isn't a flaw in any individual person. It's a structural pattern that catches even the smartest professionals. Recognizing it is step one. Acting on it is step two. The good news is that high IQ professionals, once they see the trap, actually have all the discipline and intelligence needed to escape it. They just need someone to point it out. If this video changed how you see your income, subscribe to Earnings Per Page.